What's up, guys? Back to another episode of the Moidius Combat Pubcast. I'm going to go over the UFC press conference. A lot of it was, nothing too crazy, nothing too entertaining. The best part of the press conference was Natalia Silva. She is an absolute smoke show, man. That black sparkly dress, she stole the show. Absolute beauty. And she can fight her ass off, and she's taking on Rose Namajunas. I think she gets through Rose, and then she'll be the next contender for Valentina Shevchenko. I think she already was. If Alexa Grasso hadn't pulled out for the Rose fight, I think Natalia Silva would be waiting in the wings for the title. But, she stepped up, took the fight. Just shows you what type of, what type of girl she is. She's really willing and ready to fight any oncomers coming on, especially a former champion, two-time flyweight champion like Rose Namajunas. But she stole the show. A lot of questions were asked to Jean Silva. Those of y'all who know me and watch my channel know how much I loathe Jean Silva. He is a barking idiot from the Fighting Nerds from Brazil. I can't stand him. But he was really getting a lot of love, man. And I think he's autistic. He said it himself that him and Arnold Allen are probably the two best autistic fighters in the UFC. Arnold Allen didn't disagree or agree, but yeah, man. Jean Silva got a lot of love at the press conference. There was a little bit of back and forth between Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett, but nothing too crazy. More par for the course. Paddy said he's going to put him away. Justin Gaethje said he's going to put him away. So that was pretty much it. We had a little bit of back and forth between Waldo Cortez Acosta and Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis pulled out his Mexican Spanish, told him to chinga tu madre, cállate puto, which is basically like shut up bitch and go fuck your mother. And you could tell that Waldo Cortez, he heard him. Didn't like it too much. Nobody would. And he was just like, okay, we find out. In his Dominican accent, we find out. And Rose didn't really say a lot. Not too much between Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong. I think the language barrier is just too much. Song Yadong, I believe he's Korean or Chinese. I think it's Korean. Yeah, I believe it's Korean. He speaks a little bit of English. We've seen it on the embedded episodes because he does train out of Alpha Male in Sacramento with Uriah Faber and Team Alpha Male. So he does speak a little English, but not too much where he can just take on questions from the crowd and all that. But that's going to be a great fight. But overall, the press conference was very underwhelming. It was not. I miss the days of Conor, just being up there holding court, talking his shit, the Chael Sonnen days, the John Jones days where he's just talking shit. It's not the same age. It's not the same days back in the day, but we are in a new place with UFC with the Paramount deal. They really had the Paramount Plus deal just displayed everywhere. But let's get into the fights. UFC 324, the main event, Justin Gaethje, Paddy Pimblett. Of course, I went over the initial lines, but now we have the prop bets, the KOs and stuff. So I'm going to go over it a little bit, and we're going to see where we're at. So Justin Gaethje is plus 190, Paddy Pimblett minus 230. This fight is very interesting because Justin Gaethje has the power to put your lights out. I know he hasn't really stopped anybody with the hands since Tony Ferguson, and it wasn't even a clean knockout. It was more of a stoppage. Herb Dean stepped in. He has seen enough punishment, but that was Tony Ferguson already on the downslide. The James Vick knockout was one that everyone remembers the most. That big right hand folds him over. He put the work on Fiziev the last fight. But we really haven't seen that one shot. We've seen the kick from Dustin Poirier, the Dustin Poirier fight, the head kick. That was amazing. I think Patty's best way to win is if he can get it to the ground, but I just don't know. Patty's not going to be able to land a single leg or a double leg. You know, he's not going to be able to out-wrestle Justin Gaethje. But if Patty can do something, land some type of shot, over a big overhand right, you know, a head kick or something, close the distance, get a body lock like he did to Michael Chandler, kind of like use that body lock outside trip to get Justin Gaethje down. Because Justin Gaethje has good wrestling. Even though he doesn't use it offensively, he always uses it defensively because he loves knocking people out. But if Patty can like close the distance, get a body lock, go over under, you know, maybe get like a hip toss, judo throw, or inside outside leg trip, get Justin down, that's when he can really put his jiu-jitsu to work. You know, his jiu-jitsu is really good. You know, Patty's jiu-jitsu is really good. Justin hasn't shown that he has great jiu-jitsu. He has pretty good wrestling, especially defensive wrestling. But everybody always kind of like discounts it because you've seen him get finished by submission by Charles Oliveira. He got submission finished by Khabib Nurmagomedov. But those are two of the greatest guys in the division and in the sport in general. But those guys, you know, Charles hurt him and then got the takedown and finished him. And Khabib does what Khabib does. You know, you're not going to stop that. And Justin Gaethje's been in there with all those guys. Patty hasn't been in there with the caliber of opponents that Justin Gaethje has. But Patty has size. Like at the weigh-ins, he's a little bit taller, a little bit thicker. He's going to rehydrate back up. He's going to be big. He's going to be huge. You know, I first realized that when he fought Chandler, how much bigger he was than Michael Chandler. And Michael Chandler is like a tank. And Patty made him look small. So I don't think Gaethje's as small as Chandler. He'll be a little bit thicker. He'll rehydrate up. But he looks focused. But, man, I just think Patty... I had picked Patty to win initially. I can see him getting a takedown in the second, third round, maybe. But it has to be off of like a body lock. Smother Justin Gaethje's shots. Get it. But that's the thing. If he needs to get a takedown, if he wants to get a takedown, he's got to run through all that damage that Justin Gaethje is going to bring him. You know, and Patty does come in with his chin up a little bit. So if he comes in like that against Justin Gaethje can crack him and finish him. So oh my God, this fight is so good. It's so technically sound. Both guys have to be so technically sound. Patty can't come in with the chin up. He's got to use his range and distance, his kicks. Gaethje's going to try to make it look ugly. He's going to try to get inside, put it, like he said at the press conference, I'm going to put my forehead in his chest and make him work. And if Gaethje can do that, he wins. If he can't, he loses. Simple as that. Patty is the favorite, like I said, minus 230. The decision for both guys is plus 240. Patty to win by decision is plus 550. Gaethje plus 550 to win by decision. KO for either guy is 140. They think that Patty's going to win. And they probably think he's going to win by submission because they have him at plus 130 by submission, which is the lowest betting odds of everything. I think Patty can get it done, but he's got to show me something within the first 2-3 rounds, because if he can't do anything in those first 2-3 rounds, Gaethje, as we all know, he just gets better as the fight goes on. He'll find his rhythm, he'll find his range, and then he'll just start unloading. So I'm picking Patty, but if it goes past 2.5, I'm taking Justin, and I'll take Justin by knockout. The co-main event, Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Sean O'Malley is the favorite. He's minus 205 right now. Song Yadong is a plus 170. I think it's going to go to decision. Song Yadong is just a tough son of a bitch, man. He took Piotr Yan to the distance. He was going to take Corey Sandhagen to the distance until he got cut. It was a doctor stoppage in the 4th round. TKO went for Corey Sandhagen, but Song Yadong was in there, and he never backed off, not one bit. O'Malley to win by decision is plus 110. Song Yadong to win by decision is plus 300. Decision for either guy is minus 200. So if you bet 200 to 100 on decision by either guy, That's the favorite. That's what Vegas is thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I believe that O'Malley can finish Song Yadong, but he's going to have to put himself in the danger zone, and Song Yadong is a dog. Like, he is looking to put your lights out. And O'Malley hasn't won a fight since 2024, since he beat Cheeto Vera. You know, he lost, he beat Cheeto, and then he coming off of 2 back-to-back losses versus Merab. He really needs this fight. He said it's going to be the return to the Sugar Show. I want to see the return to the Sugar Show, but I just don't know if he's going to be able to look as good as he wants to against Song Yadong. Song Yadong is a dog, man. This dude is going to show up to fight. So we'll just see, man. And I'm picking O'Malley to win, and I'm going to pick him to win by decision. So, but it's going to be tougher than he thinks, or tougher than a lot of people think. You know, everybody thinks that O'Malley's going to just run through him. Song Yadong is an animal, bro. He ain't going to just lay down and turn over and die. He's going to be in there the entire 3 rounds. It's a 3-round fight. O'Malley's going to have his hands full. You know, if he can get up early, 2 rounds to 0, then he might open up. But I can see O'Malley winning the first round, Song Yadong winning the second round, and then it's going to be a dogfight that 3rd round. So, but I'm still going to take O'Malley to win. The feature fight, Waldo Cortez Acosta versus my man, Derek the Black Beast Lewis. Waldo Cortez is the favorite at -340. Derek Lewis is +270. Knockout for Derek Lewis is +380. Knockout for Waldo Cortez is -150. Vegas believes Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to finish the Black Beast by knockout. The decision is +200, so that lets you know they don't think it's going to go the full 3 rounds. This one's kind of, it's hard for me because I love Derek Lewis. That's my guy. I'm going to bet on him regardless, and I'm going to bet on him by knockout at +380. But Waldo Cortez Acosta fought 5 times last year in 2025. Were they all big name opponents? No, not really. But, I mean, he beat Gaziv. He beat Delija. He lost to Pavlovich. He beat Sergey Spivak, and he beat Span. Derek Lewis on the other side, he beat Talshin Teixeira in 35 seconds. Talshin Teixeira, Nascimento. He lost to Almeida. He beat De Lima, and he lost to Spivak. And before that, he lost to Sergey Pavlovich, and he lost to Taito Ivasa. So he's 1, 2, 3, 3 and 3. No, 3 and 4 in his last 7. So, but that just shows you the inconsistency in the heavyweight division. Because if Derek Lewis can finish Waldo Cortez Acosta, he's going to get the next title shot of the winner of Aspinall and Gane. And if Waldo Cortez Acosta wins, he's for sure going to get the winner. So this is going to be an interesting fight, man, because I love Derek Lewis. He says he's going to knock him out in the first round. But, man, Waldo Cortez is so slick on the feet, man. His hands are so good. He's got great movement for a heavyweight. If it gets into a firefight, though, I'm always going to ride with the Black Beast, the knockout king. Derek Lewis has the most knockouts in UFC history, and that's not a fluke. It's because when he touches your chin, you will go out, no matter who you are. But he's got to find it. And Waldo Cortez has shown me last year with all those fights, the 5 fights he had last year, he evolves, he learns, he makes adjustments. He's got a great chin as well. He took shots from Pavlovich that would have put anyone else out, and he took him on the chin and kept walking forward. He loves to press on the front foot. Derek Lewis, as we all know, if he gets backed into a corner, he'll play possum a little bit, and he's coming over with that big right hand. He can't, he can't telegraph that right hand with Waldo Cortez Acosta, because Acosta will see it coming, and then he'll counter with either uppercut or a left hook behind it. So this is going to be a tough fight, but I'm still going to take Derek Lewis to win. That's my Texas bias. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm going with the Black Beast, man. H-Town's own Derek the Black Beast Lewis by knockout at +380. I'm taking Lewis, but if Waldo Cortez gets it done, good for him, and I will be riding with Waldo Cortez Acosta after this. The next fight down, like I mentioned earlier, the lady who stole the whole press conference, Natalia Silva, she's a minus 380 against the former two-time flyweight champion, Thug Rose Namajunas. She's plus 300 coming into this fight. I like Natalia Silva to win. It's the decision is minus 400 for either girl. For her, she's minus 225. I'd go Natalia Silva by decision. I like Thug Rose, but I think the run that Natalia Silva's on right now, she's shown that she's in the prime of her career right now. She looks so good. She rarely makes mistakes. Rose doesn't make mistakes either, but I think she's kind of on the tail end of her career. And if she can get the win, that'll be amazing. I think she gets overwhelmed by Valentina. I think Natalia Silva can bring more to the table against Valentina, even though I think Valentina probably beats Natalia Silva as well. But I'm going to pick Natalia Silva to win by decision over Thug Rose Namajunas. The next fight, Arnold Allen versus John Silva, is going to be the autistic matchup of the year. John Silva said it in the press conference. John Silva is the favorite at minus 258. Arnold Allen is plus 210. The decision for John Silva is plus 350. Decision win for Arnold Allen is plus 260. They don't think it's going the distance. And I wish I could disagree. As much as I don't like John Silva, his barking, his antics, just the way he moves is just so weird to me. And maybe he is autistic. You know, maybe he is, and I ain't got nothing against autistic people. But John Silva is just one of those guys where I see him, I'm like, I can't catch his vibe. I don't like him. I want him to lose. I was so happy when Diego Lopez pounded his ass into the ground, split him open. The last fight at the Noche UFC in September. But they're still high on him. The betting lines are still high on him. The UFC is still high on him. So we'll see. Arnold Allen makes a lot of technical mistakes, and he's done that against some of the best guys in the world. John Silva hasn't fought the same level of competition as Arnold Allen, but I can see John Silva catching Arnold Allen on the way in and getting a stoppage. So as much as I don't want to go with John Silva, I'll probably go with John Silva to win decision. I'm gonna run down these real quick. Umar, he's the big favorite, minus 1450 against Figgy, plus 850. I'm gonna go Umar. Unless Figgy can do something explosive in the first round, maybe 2 rounds, and still rounds early, he's not going to be able to beat Umar Nurmagomedov. Umar's a consistently just pressure guy. He's going to be on you, and he's going to get the victory. I'm going to go Umar on that one. Atiba Gutierrez versus Pulyev. Gutierrez all day. It's not even worth me betting. You probably have to bet like a knockout, but Gutierrez is going to win. Krylov or Bukauskas. Krylov is plus 124. Bukauskas is minus 148. Krylov has just been too chinny for me, man. He's always shredded. He always looks great. But, man, ever since he ran into that big right hand from Dominic Reyes, he's never been the same. Or even before that against, was it, damn, I can't remember his name. But even before that, he's always been chinny. I think Bukauskas gets him out of there. But the big fight I want to get to is Michael Johnson versus Alexander Hernandez. Michael Johnson is the big underdog. He's plus 120, not a huge underdog, but he's plus 120. Alexander Hernandez is minus 142. This is going to be a fraud check match, man. I think Michael Johnson, he just beat Daniel Zellhuber, who was amazing up-and-coming guy. The great fight against Ribovics at the Sphere was probably fight of the year for me. It was an amazing fight. Michael Johnson put the work to Daniel Zellhuber. I think he gets Alexander Hernandez out of there by knockout in the second round. By KO, he's plus 380. I'm taking Michael Johnson to win this fight against Alexander Hernandez, man. I mean, that might be the sleeper bet of the whole card, but Michael Johnson to win over Alexander Hernandez. The next two, I'm going to just run through real quick. Denzel Freeman versus Josh Hockett. I'm taking Josh Hockett. The dude's a fucking athlete. He made an NFL practice team. He's a former 2-time All-American at Fresno State. He looked great in the Contender Series. He looked great at Bellator. I'm taking Josh Hawkett to win. And then you got Ricky Turcios versus Cameron Smotherman. Turcios was a big hype. He's plus 154. Smotherman's 185. Turcios hasn't won in the last 3 fights, I believe. Cam Smotherman, he just looked better to me. I'm taking Cam Smotherman on this one. So if you guys want to parlay those fights however you want, look at the over-unders. Look at the knockout submission prop bets. And let's make some money this weekend, guys. I'm going to be in Vegas, so I will be placing bets at the MGM Grand Sportbook. And I will be bringing content from Las Vegas this weekend. I fly out tomorrow or today. Yep, or 2 minutes away from Friday. But I will be bringing content. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you get the notifications. And now we'll see you guys live from Vegas. Peace.